There's no shortage of advice to cut your calories, to count calories, take in less, move more, eat less, right, in order to lose weight. There are entire programs built on this premise, like Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, many, many others, where they try to cut back on your calorie intake by one means or another. I'm going to tell you that I think that's a really bad idea for a variety of reasons. First reason is that cutting calories for any length of time makes you miserable, right? Because you're going to be hungry all the time. Your body wants calories, it wants food. And so it can even make you kind of obsess about food, wake up in the middle of the night hungry. So it's a very unpleasant process to cut calories, and it really challenges your commitment to doing it. Two, of all things, we learned this lesson from the TV show The Biggest Loser. You may recall these people were put through extreme exercise, many hours per day, while also having their calories limited to about 12 to 1,400 calories per day. So it was a really miserable experience for these people. That's why you saw them crying and being badgered by the hosts. Well, it worked, though. These people did lose 30 pounds, 70 pounds, 130 pounds. They left the show. Most of them kept up at least a pretty good exercise routine and the calorie restriction, but regained all the weight. Well, these people were formally studied. Their metabolic rates were measured, and it was found that these people's metabolic rates had dropped by 25%. In other words, despite maintaining a calorie restriction, they regained all the weight. So cutting calories, as these people did, results in near-term weight loss, long-term weight regain. And that the drop in metabolic rate persists for years. Now, there are ways to break that cycle, but that's a whole other conversation for another time. Thirdly, when you cut calories, and by the way, cut fat too, you develop gallstones. So simple studies have been performed now, where people's gallbladders have been ultrasounded at day 0, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. And an astounding number of people develop gallstones as soon as 4 weeks. By 90 days, many more have developed gallstones. In some studies, depending on the profile of the participants, how many female, male, what age, etc., as many as 50 to 60% of the participants develop gallstones by the end of 3 months. And most of them end up going to surgery. So it's really dumb to cut calories. It's asking for health trouble. Now, there are effective ways to lose weight. And that's what I do in my Wheat Belly and Undoctored programs, where we start by eliminating all wheat and grains. And one of the reasons why that works so spectacularly is when you eliminate wheat, you eliminate a protein called gliadin. And gliadin is poorly digested and becomes opioids, or opiate peptides. And they cross into the brain, they bind to the opiate receptors of the human brain, and they stimulate appetite. When you drop wheat and grains from your life, from your diet, your appetite drops dramatically. You don't have to count calories, you don't have to reduce calories, but calorie intake will go down, though with none of the adverse effects of actually cutting calories. So it's a very, very powerful effect. There's some other reasons why the approaches I use work spectacularly well for losing weight with none of the problems of cutting calories, certainly none of the misery of cutting calories. If this interests you, I've just released my revised and expanded edition of my Wheat Belly book. You know, the original Wheat Belly told the story of what happened to wheat, how it changed from ancient times to modern times, what agribusiness did. Wheat Belly Total Health put together a whole prescriptive program. Wheat Belly 10-Day Grain Detox kind of gave you a how-to day by day. I put it all together in one book. The entire program, as well as updated content, new conversations about hormonal disruptions that can be corrected with this lifestyle, a more expanded conversation about the microbiome, new recipes, new success stories of people who've done this. So that's all in my revised and expanded edition of Wheat Belly that you can find at all major bookstores now. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as my Wheat Belly blog and Undoctored blog.